Candace Owens has had a long history of dumping on black people. Maybe I live in a box, but I've never met a single black American who was a slave or a single white American who was a slave owner. I've come across lazy people who believe those who work ought to support them. Look how she's tying that to black people. She calls black people lazy for talking about slavery, who want reparations. Basically, that's what she's doing. Here goes Candace Owens throwing out her opinion of Juneteenth. Juneteenth is still ghetto and made up. Hope everyone enjoys it. Why would you need to tweet this on Juneteenth if not to incite black people? There is no other reason to tweet this out. Dumping on black America for celebrating the last of black Americans who found out they were actually emancipated. That's the celebration of Juneteenth. To your 95% white audience that you don't like Juneteenth and it's ghetto. She could put anything up or she could put nothing up. She didn't have to comment at all about Juneteenth. But what did she choose to do? To take a swipe at black people, to dump on blackness. You have this woman on your platform, you don't address this? Good thing we got the Tim Black Show. I have no sympathy for Jordan Neely. Daniel Penny killed Jordan Neely. He's on trial for it. And Candace Owens feels she has no sympathy for a man who was killed, murdered in broad daylight in front of the world. I think it says a lot about who she is. And once again, she can tweet whatever she wants on her timeline. Why is she continually going after black people? Why? Ahmaud Arbery was caught on camera breaking into an unfinished property. He didn't break in. There was no doors. There was no locks. You can't break into a place that doesn't have a lock on it. You can say trespassed. A lot of people are seen on camera doing the same thing that Ahmaud Arbery did, which was walk into the construction site. Once again, just so happens, she's talking about black people in a negative way on her platform to her 95% white audience. And all I'm saying is it's a little weird that you'd have this person on your platform, Black America, and not make her address this. She should not get an easy ride. She didn't give Ahmaud Arbery an easy ride. She didn't give the deceased Jordan Neely an easy ride. And she damn sure didn't give George Floyd an easy ride. So why should she get an easy ride? Oh, that's right. My bad. We want to just have conversations, not confrontations. Here goes a great one. I still wonder why black Americans lag behind other races. Oh, I can tell you. I know exactly why we lag behind. Resources. Resources are why black people lag behind. And that's due to what? White supremacy, institutional racism. For hundreds of years, black people could not own shit. We were property. A chair doesn't own a house. A footstool can't own a horse and buggy. It was illegal to read. Candace says, I wonder why they're behind. Those would be reasons, but not to Candace Owens. Here's her reasons. Name one race in America that protests and riots when their criminals die while committing crimes. It's reverse Darwinism, survival of the dumbest. Our criminals need justice. It's a bottom feeder mentality. Candace Owens is calling black people bottom feeders. No other race has the history that we have in this country, Candace Owens. But you know that. You're not that stupid. What's stupid is not to address this when given the opportunity. There's not been a single Black Lives Matter case this year in which the victim was not involved in criminality. Not George Floyd, not Rashard Brooks, not Jacob Blake, not Breonna Taylor. Philando Castile was a true victim. We have come a long way since then. We already know what she put out with George Floyd, a BS documentary that was one-sided, that questioned the medical examiner's findings that he died of a coronary pulmonary asphyxiation. We know that. She said it was fentanyl because he had fentanyl in his system. Her supporters believe Derek Chauvin was railroaded. Then she throws in Breonna Taylor, whose family was awarded money. Why? Because her house should have never even been breached. Then you're going to bring in Rashard Brooks, who also, his family also got a settlement because though he was asleep in the car and then tried to run, he should have been shot in the back 3 times. And the bigger picture is, why is Candace Owens repeatedly, everything she puts out is against black Americans. Nothing is pro-black America. Hey, I'm not saying you can't critique black folks. I critique black folks. I also big black people up. I also support black people. I also rally behind black people. That's what gives me a license to, when necessary, say, hey, we need to work on this. Or hey, let's watch our 6 surrounding this event. But Candace Owens does none of that. She does none of the supportive aspects of being in black media, all of the negative ones. And then what's credit for being negative and for selectively choosing what to cover and it always being a negative aspect of black America. If it's not Larry Elder or one of her other conservative talking blackheads. She doesn't use her platform to push back at injustice. She continues the injustice and then blames the victim and says, how dare you feel a certain kind of way about being victimized? You have victim mentality. Are you crazy? It's our job to fix it.